The following tips will transform your lighting from this to this. Let's go. Tip number one, avoid area lights for product photography. In this scene here, this is an area light that's enabled, and on the surface, it looks good, but this is nowhere close to professional lighting. Why is that? Because if you know what is happening, if I go to render view here, an area light, it really gives off the same intensity of light all around. There's no gradation. And if you want to improve it, you could increase the size of the light to make it softer. So we can do that here, and it does improve it somewhat, but still there's no gradation. So what is the solution? It's simple. Use the ultimate strip box. It's free to download. Let me show you the difference. When you enable that and in the spherical mode, you'll notice here that the gradient goes from the center outward, and that drastically changes the lighting. You get this gradient now on your object, and that's because of how it was created. All right. So that is tip number one. What is tip number two? Use the raking light or the gradient angle to reveal texture. In this scene here, I have added a side light or a fill light. And if I zoom up, you notice that this suitcase has a nice texture. But that is only being revealed because of how far the light is away from the object and the angle it's at. Let me switch to top view so that you see what is happening. And keep in mind, this is a gradient light moved from left to right. So in top view, you remember that the gradient light is moved from here to here, and also it's at an angle. So really, the light is grazing this here. That is why it reveals that texture. What happens now, if it is I move this light closer here, then you lose that texture. So the light is no longer grazing, but really just hitting directly. And that's how you lose the texture. However, if you want to reveal texture, you make sure that it's a certain distance away and it's at an angle, you have a raking light. What is tip number three? Tip number three is that you don't always need to introduce another light. In this scene, underneath here is dark, so you may be tempted to introduce one more light, but you could simply introduce something called a reflector or bounce lighting, and you notice there that it fills the light. So this is really just a shift A mesh plane. It's just a plane, and that you could move up or down so that you could reflect the light. What light you reflecting? You're really reflecting the light from here onto the suitcase, and also whatever light spills from here is going to be reflected there. And that's why it's called a bounce light. So it's going to bounce the light from here to there. And you could use that instead of adding an additional light. So those are three tips. I will give you one more. This is a bonus tip. Before we get to that, I would like to mention Ignacio Ranieri. This is where the suitcase concept came from. So I'll put a link to his Behance and his Instagram in the description. So let me turn off all these lights here. And here's another lighting setup. I've introduced a nice gradient light to the top left here. Really professional gradient light. And if you look here, you get that nice gradation on the metal. Really nice and professional. And of course, we've introduced a side light. And this side light complements this now. So you get this gradation here, this dark strip, and this light on the side. Really beautiful lighting. But there's a problem. The logo is not being lit properly. So you may be tempted to add another light. And actually, you may not always be wrong. You could add another light, except with a difference. Let me show you. I've named this one front diffuse. So if I enable it, you'll notice it does something, but not what you expect it to do. What is happening here is that I have turned off the glossy rays. If I enable the glossy rays, look at what will happen. This object is glossy, the front of it. And so if glossy rays is enabled, that is what will be reflected as well. And you'll notice in the metal, it affects even the other light. If I turn off the glossy rays, you see it keeps that gradation from the light on the side. But if I turn it on, it clashes with the other light. So let me turn off the other two lights so you can actually see what is happening when I turn off the glossy rays. So it's really not reflecting any glossy rays. It's just diffuse. It almost looks velvet. But that is one other technique that you could use if it is that you want to introduce light but not totally affect the other light or not compete with the other light. And there you get a really nice professional looking render. Of course, if this light is in the scene here, you can simply click on it and turn off the visibility of the camera. Easy. So those are some tips, and no pun intended, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. If it is that you really want to learn about product lighting, feel free to check out my training, 3D Product Lighting Mastery. The link is in the description. So I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.